Welcome, welcome, friends. I had a frog in my throat there, friends. Oh, goodness. Welcome to Matt Chat. This is episode 33 of Matt Chat, and we are going to invite some friends on to watch. See if we have some friends there. Lots of people on tonight. We're going to invite all our friends on to watch. This is episode 33 of Matt Chat. We're going to get some friends on here. Lots of friends online tonight. All right, friends. This is episode 33 of Matt Chat. I am Melissa Ross, your mindset coach with Rise to Wellness. Welcome to my mat for episode 33 of Matt Chat. Tonight we're talking about knowing. And the caption of today's episode is, what does it feel like to be in knowing? And Sil says hello. Sil's here. Thanks for watching. Tim is here. Thanks for watching. I'm going to show you my cool shirt today, too. Oh, it's going to be backwards. It's going to be backwards. It's talks about the light in me. The light in me sees the light in you. It's one of my favorite shirts, friends. All right, friends, we're talking about knowing tonight, and the caption is, what does it feel like to be in knowing? And this concept and this question has come up so often over the last, I would say, month or so. Amy's watching, Michael's here. Welcome. This concept has come up so much over the last month or so, and it comes up a lot in the context of manifesting when you're talking about manifesting. And we're talking about being in the knowing of something happening or occurring or manifesting in your life. And so the concept of knowing comes up a lot. Michael says, hi, hope all is well tonight. Yes, thank you, Michael. I don't have any contacts or glasses on, so I'm like, my old eyes are squinting to, to read the comments here, friends. So this knowing, this concept of knowing comes up a lot when you're talking about manifesting. And I just happened to be doing this 5-day manifesting challenge with an incredible mentor of mine this week. We're on day 4 this week, and we're talking about knowing. And he really brings it down into simple terms. And really what it comes down to is the feeling and the actual emotional state that you would be in, or the feelings that you feel, or the emotions that you will feel when something actually manifests, when it happens. And it's being in the knowing of those emotions. So we hear, lots of people would say you have to be in the knowing. Are you in the knowing of something happens? And I want to bring it into everyday terms for you, because we're talking about on this manifesting 5-day quick course this week, we're talking about manifesting in terms of emotions. And so we're grounding with an emotion, we're coming to an emotion, and what emotions and feelings we'll feel when something happens, when we've manifested, say, money, a quantity of money, or we've manifested something in our lives. So we're going to the feelings and the emotions that we're going to have when that thing manifests. And we're anchoring in on those feelings and those emotions in order to be in the knowing, in order to be in the knowing of those feelings and those emotions, which breaks it down great. But in real life, in real terms, what does that mean for you? What does that look like, being in the knowing? And I'll tell you, I was talking to a client today, and I was really struggling trying to explain that in everyday terms to clients in a different way, because that's being in the energy and the feelings and the emotions. That's the way I know. And I was talking to a client today, and it hit me. It hit me. I was really trying to talk a client through some issues and some struggles that she was seeing in her life. And we were talking about those struggles. And Sheila's here. Thanks for joining, Sheila. She says, yes, the knowing. I desire the knowing. And we all desire the knowing. Because in desiring the knowing and in having the knowing, we're in the knowing we're in the place of knowing that those things are coming and those things are working out in our lives, and that we're manifesting the things we're after and the things we've been working hard for. That's being in the knowing. But in a real life example, I'm talking to this client today, and it occurred to me that I could give you a real life example based on our conversations today. I was helping her through some real life issues that she was having in life. And I said to her, what if you knew that number A was going to happen? What if you knew that A was going to happen? How could you make the decision about B? She was trying to make a big decision. And she kept saying to me, I can't do it. I can't do B because A's never going to line up for me. Hi, Keelan's watching tonight. Hello, my love. I hope you're well tonight. So she was making a decision about B. And she kept saying I could never do B because A is not going to align for me to allow me to do B. And I said, what if you put out into the universe that you knew that A was going to align for you? What would your decision be about B? What if you didn't have to worry about what happened with A? What if you had that knowing and you put out into the universe, you put out the emotions and the feelings that A was going to happen? It was going to align for you. No matter what decision you made, A was going to align for you. What would your decision be about B? Is B there to help you as a stepping stone, or will it hinder you in your journey, in your life journey, in your passion and where you're headed? And taking out that one variable for her allowed her to really step back and make the decision about whether or not she really wanted B in her life, and whether or not she really wanted to manifest B and put the time and energy into B. But it took thinking about it in those terms. What if you put out into universe the knowing that A was going to happen? And now that was just a simple scenario for her. That was a what if, that was to help her make a decision about whether or not she wanted to move forward with B. But what if we could use that concept in everyday life and just put out there the thought that that's going to align for me, period. Not in a way that we're needing to make a decision, not, okay, we're just going to pretend that A is going to happen. We're put the knowing out there that everything is going to align for me. And if everything totally aligned for me, now I can make that decision about whether or not I want this to happen, whether or not I want to make this decision, or whether I want to let this opportunity go. What if we just put the knowing out there for everything? What if we just put our faith out there that something was going to happen? And when I was thinking about this knowing and thinking about how to talk to clients about it, Michael's online there. He knows that I do all my big thinking in the shower. So I'm in the shower and I come up with all of my big ideas and my big thoughts in the shower. I don't know what it is that maybe it's the warm water, streaming down on me, but all of my big thoughts happen in the shower. And it's a quiet place away from children, I suppose. So I'm in the shower and I'm thinking about it, and it hit me. It made me think of doubting Thomas. Thomas was one of the apostles, right? And Thomas doubted. Michael Koss is watching. Hope you're well tonight, Michael. Thanks for joining. There we go. Thomas was one of the apostles, and Thomas doubted that Jesus actually died on the cross and resurrected. And Thomas needed proof. He needed to see. He needed to touch. He needed to feel. He needed to touch Jesus. He needed to see the wounds. And so often we use that phrase, oh, he's a doubting Thomas, right? In today's society, we use the phrase, oh, he's a doubting Thomas. But that actually made me think about the knowing. The knowing, we're the same as doubting Thomas. We're the same. We're all built the same way. We all want to see it. We want to see that it's happening. We want proof that it's happening, proof that it's coming into our lives. But what if we just knew? What if we just put our faith out there, like the apostles, and just knew that it was coming, that it was all going to work out in our favor, it was all going to work out how it was meant to work out. And even if something didn't work out how we expected it to work out, what if we just knew that it worked out how it was meant to work out, to teach us a lesson, or to give us what we need? It's the same as trying to manifest money. What if I manifested, say I was trying to manifest $1,000, and I said to the universe, this is how it's going to come. And it didn't come that way. It didn't come by A, it came by B. Am I going to negate the $1,000 that I manifested because it came by B instead of A? No, I'm still going to take the $1,000 and be happy that the $1,000 came into my life. So it's the same thing. It's the same concept as knowing. What if we didn't have proof? What if we just put out into the universe that what was meant to happen what needed to happen and how it was going to happen, what if we put that knowing out there that everything was going to work out in our favor, that everything we were manifesting and everything we were working towards and everything we were after was going to come to us? And if it didn't come in a way that we expected it to come, what if we just accepted that that's the way it needed to come, to teach us a lesson or to help us grow, or to move us forward, to propel us forward into another state, into another maybe business opportunity, or into another relationship, or to learn in order to grow, to be in another relationship. Father Paul's watching. Thanks for watching. Joy is here. Joy says hello. Hello, Joy. Hope you're well tonight. And I saw lots of loves there, lots of hearts, lots of hugs. So to recap for all of you coming in, we're talking about knowing and putting out into the universe the knowing that something is going to work out for us, and having the feeling, having the emotion behind it of just trusting that what we're putting out there and what we're asking the universe for, the energy that we're putting out for, is going to happen. And I've had so many mentors talk to me about knowing and saying it's in the knowing, and it's in not being able to see it and putting the knowing out into the universe. And I talked to my clients about the same thing, but I was really looking for that real world example. And I was talking to a client today, and she was trying to make a decision. And the decision is, should I go ahead with B? Because I don't know if A is going to happen, and I can't do B if A doesn't align for me. And I said to her, what if A aligned? What if you just put out into the universe that A was going to align for you? Now make the decision about B. Make the decision about whether that's going to be a good stepping stone in your life, or whether it's going to hinder you and hinder where you're headed. So it was a great example of knowing, of putting the knowing out to the universe. And what would it feel like to put that out into the universe? And what if you could just put that knowing out there? Now can you make that decision? Now can you move forward? Now can you manifest what you're after? Hamat is watching. Thank you for watching tonight. Hope you're well. Michael says, you look great, Melissa, and so content. Thank you, Michael. I hope you're well too. I hope your new treatment is going well. All right, so that is basically the recap of our talk tonight about knowing and putting the knowing out there and not being a doubting Thomas. Thomas the apostle doubted that Jesus died and was resurrected, right? And he had to see, he had to feel, he had to touch, he had to see it for himself to believe it. So what if we could just be like the others and put that knowing and put that trust out into the universe, and we were in the energy of that. And being in the energy of that is feeling those emotions and those feelings. How is it going to feel when that thing happens? So I'm going to put the knowing out there. I'm going to put the trust into the universe that I'm bringing in $1,000. Well, what's it actually going to feel like when the $1,000 comes to me? And if I can be in that feeling and then that emotion of the $1,000 being in my hand and having manifested, then it'll more easily put me into the knowing. So many different concepts that have been taught to me and explained to me by different mentors, but it really puts it in perspective today when I was speaking with a client and really helping a client work through some, real life issues and decisions that she was going through. It really helped me to put it into perspective when I said to her, what if you could just put it out into the universe and just put out the knowing that A was going to align for you so that you could do B? Now what's your decision? Now where do you go? How do you step forward? So that's it for tonight, my friends. It's short. I do have another call to get on to, my friends. But I ask you all, I challenge you all to put this out there for the next week until we meet again on my mat, on Mat Chat. This has been episode 33. I challenge you all to put that out there. Be in the knowing, be in the emotion and the feeling of the knowing, and really step back and think about what that means for you, what being in the knowing means, and what it feels like to be in the knowing that something's going to happen. And remember, don't put limits on it, friends. Don't say, if the $1,000 is coming to me, it has to come this way, because it might come another way. And just because it came a different way doesn't mean we're not going to accept it. And it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what you're manifesting in your life. Whatever you're putting the knowing out there for and wanting to manifest into your life, be open to how it's coming to you, and be open. Just send the knowing out there. Not how it needs to come or how it needs to happen. Just send the knowing out there. All right, friends. Austin is watching. I hope you're well tonight, Austin. Just in time for us to say goodbye. This has been episode 33 of Matt Chat. I am Melissa Ross, your mindset coach with Rise to Wellness, and I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful evening. Until next Thursday, my friends. Good night.